Let's dive straight in.
Brinks armored car robbery. January 17, 1950. Boston's North End.
A freezing night. A quiet street. And inside Brinks headquarters, history is about to happen. At 7:30 p.m., an armored truck rolls in like any other evening. But 11 masked men are already waiting. They've copied keys, studied schedules, and rehearsed the plan down to seconds. They move like shadows. Rubber saws. No alarms. No warning. Inside, employees count $2.7 million in cash and another $1.2 million in checks. The robbers strike fast. 5 workers are tied, blindfolded, silenced. 30 minutes. That's all it takes. They disappear into the night with what's then the largest cash haul in U.S. history. No prints. No leads. The FBI is stunned. But perfect plans don't survive human greed. Specs O'Keefe, one of the crew, lands in jail on another charge. He grows paranoid, threatens to talk. Someone tries to have him killed. It backfires. He flips. And 5 years after the heist, almost to the day, the FBI pounces. The gang is taken down. Only $58,000 is recovered. The rest vanishes forever. One man is killed before trial. The rest get life. The crime of the century ends not with glory, but betrayal and blood.
North Hollywood Shootout. February 28, 1997. North Hollywood.
2 men step out of a car wearing body armor head to toe. They're armed like soldiers. Fully automatic rifles. Hundreds of rounds. They walk into a Bank of America. Calm. Cold. Efficient. In 8 minutes, they clear the vault. $303,000 in cash. But when they step outside, more than 300 LAPD officers are waiting. Then it starts. A 44-minute gun battle. Bullets shred cars, windows, walls. Officers are pinned behind trees and mailboxes. The robbers have assault rifles. Police only have handguns and shotguns. One robber marches down the street like a tank, spraying bullets. The other circles the parking lot, reloading on the move. Helicopters circle overhead. Live TV broadcasts the chaos nationwide. Dozens are injured. Civilians trapped in crossfire. Police raid gun shops for heavier weapons. They bring in AR-15s from a local store. Finally, one robber goes down from a gunshot to the head. The second is surrounded after his rifle jams. He's hit multiple times and bleeds out on the street. The shootout leaves 11 officers and 7 civilians wounded. The robbers are dead. The money mostly recovered. The event changes policing forever. Departments across America upgrade their weapons overnight. A robbery turns into a war zone, and the world watches it live.
Kimberley bank robbery gone wrong. September 4th, 2014. Kimberley, South Africa.
Early morning. A small Standard Bank branch opens for the day. Inside, staff settle in. Outside, 3 cars roll up. Heavily armed men storm the entrance. Shotguns. Rifles. Explosives. They force everyone down and demand the vault. The crew plants explosives on the ATM room. One guy fumbles with the detonator. Panic flashes. Then, boom! The blast is way stronger than planned. The ceiling collapses. Debris flies. 2 robbers are instantly killed by their own explosives. Smoke fills the bank. People scream. The rest of the gang tries to drag the cash bags out. But police are already surrounding the building. A shootout erupts in the street. 2 officers are hit. One robber goes down trying to run. Another is caught bleeding near the getaway car. The surviving robbers are arrested on the spot. The stolen money is recovered. The street looks like a war zone. The failed heist leaves 2 robbers dead, several injured, and the crew in cuffs. A plan meant for millions ends in rubble and blood.
Brooklyn Diamond District Heist. August 25th, 2003. Midtown Manhattan.
Morning rush outside. Inside a small jewelry exchange, the day starts quietly. 2 men walk in wearing work clothes. Hard hats. Tool belts. They look like maintenance guys. No one suspects a thing. They head to the back, saying they're there to check a water leak. Once inside, they pull out guns. The workers are forced down. Zip ties. Duct tape. Silence. The robbers move straight for the vault. They know exactly where it is. No smashing. No panic. Just precision. They clean out millions in diamonds and gold. Then, calmly, They cut through the roof. They climb up, cross to the next building, and disappear into the city. By the time police arrive, the robbers are ghosts. No alarms went off. No one outside saw anything. Security cameras catch a few blurry frames, but nothing useful. Investigators later find the vault door was expertly bypassed. Inside job? Maybe, but nobody ever talks. The haul is estimated at more than $10 million. No one is arrested. The diamonds are never found. A clean, silent job in the middle of Manhattan, gone in broad daylight.
Norco Shootout, May 9, 1980. Norco, California.
A quiet afternoon turns explosive when 5 men hit a Security Pacific bank. They're loaded with assault rifles, homemade explosives, and military-grade gear. Inside, the robbery takes less than 5 minutes. Outside, 2 officers spot the getaway van and move in. Then all hell breaks loose. The robbers open fire with AR-15s. The officers are outgunned from the start. Bullets shred patrol cars. Windows explode. Sirens wail. The chase moves onto the freeway. Robbers toss homemade pipe bombs at pursuing units. One explodes under a patrol car, flipping it. Dozens of officers join the pursuit. Helicopters track the van as it barrels toward the mountains. The firefight lasts nearly an hour. 1 deputy is killed. Several officers are injured. 2 robbers die in the gunfight. 3 are captured hiding in the hills after a massive manhunt. The Norco Shootout forces law enforcement to rethink everything. Departments across California upgrade weapons and tactics. One small-town robbery changes police response nationwide.
Loomis Fargo Vault Heist, March 29, 1997. Jacksonville, Florida.
It's late at night inside the Loomis Fargo armored vault. Security guard Philip Noel is on shift, and he's not planning to leave empty-handed. He disables the alarm, opens the vault, and starts loading. Stacks of bills. Bag after bag. By the end, more than $18 million is gone. He drives the company van straight out of the lot. No drama. No gunfire. Just quiet betrayal. By the time anyone notices, he's long gone. But the plan unravels fast. He stashes the cash in a storage unit and flees to Mexico. Agents trace the van within hours. Surveillance footage gives him away. Within weeks, he's caught trying to sneak back into the U.S. Most of the money is recovered. Some is never found. No shootout. No mastermind. Just one inside man who thought he could outsmart a vault. He ends up with a long prison sentence and $0 to show for it.
Banco Central Burglary, August 6, 2005. Fortaleza, Brazil.
A quiet weekend. Security guards relax, thinking it's just another night. But beneath the bank, something massive is happening. For 3 months, a crew of thieves posed as landscapers. They rented a house down the street and started digging. A tunnel, 260 feet long, straight under the Banco Central vault. They reinforced the tunnel with wood, electric lights, even air conditioning. No noise. No suspicion. Pure patience. That night, they break through the vault floor. They haul out $71.6 million in cash. 5 tons of money. Bagged, carried, gone. By Monday, employees walk into an empty vault. No alarms ever went off. No gunshots. Just silence. It becomes one of the largest bank heists in history. Brazilian police arrest dozens over time, but the majority of the money vanishes forever. Some suspects are kidnapped and killed by rival gangs. Others disappear completely. The mastermind is eventually caught, but less than 10% of the cash is found. A hole in the floor, a tunnel through a neighborhood, and millions that simply vanish.
Brussels Airport Diamond Heist, February 18, 2013. Brussels Airport.
Night falls. A Swiss passenger plane waits on the tarmac, loaded with diamonds worth $50 million. Everything looks routine. Security is tight. Or so they think. Suddenly, a black Mercedes van and a police-looking Audi pull up to the fence. 8 men in uniform step out. Calm. Focused. No chaos. They cut a hole in the fence like they've done it 100 times. Within minutes, they drive straight onto the runway. No alarms. No warning. They park next to the plane like they belong there. 2 robbers pull guns. The guards freeze. No shots fired. They unload 120 parcels of diamonds and jewelry from the cargo hold. Everything is timed down to the second. Then they drive off the same way they came in. Back through the hole. Into the night. Gone in under 5 minutes. Passengers on the plane have no idea what just happened. The plane takes off shortly after, empty of its treasure. The heist is clean. No one's hurt. No money recovered. Several suspects are arrested over the years, but the loot never turns up. One of the slickest, fastest diamond robberies in history, pulled off like a military drill.
Sydney Bank Siege, January 31st, 1981. George Street, Sydney.
Mid-morning. Busy sidewalks. Inside the credit union bank, tellers chat behind the counter. Then 2 masked men burst through the door with shotguns. They lock the doors, herd customers and staff to the floor. More than 30 people are taken hostage. The robbers demand cash, getaway vehicles, and safe passage. Outside, police flood the street. Snipers set up. Negotiators call in. The standoff begins. Hours drag on. Tension spikes inside. Some hostages cry. Others whisper plans to escape. The robbers grow restless. One fires a warning shot into the ceiling. Negotiations fail. Night falls. The police make their move. A surprise assault through the front. Gunfire erupts in the dark. One robber is killed in the exchange. The other surrenders seconds later. Several hostages are injured but survive. The siege ends after more than 10 hours. The failed heist becomes one of Australia's most intense urban standoffs. A bold daylight robbery that spiraled into chaos.
Eddy County Bank Robbery, November 18, 1912. Artesia, New Mexico.
A small-town bank. Quiet morning. 3 men ride in on horseback. Dust trails behind them as they step through the door with rifles drawn. Inside, customers freeze. Tellers raise their hands. The robbers bark orders, demanding the safe be opened. They grab stacks of bills and silver coins, stuffing them into sacks. As they flee, a clerk slips out the back and sounds the alarm. Within minutes, armed townspeople and deputies form a posse. The robbers gallop out of town, shooting over their shoulders. A chase tears through the desert. Bullets fly. Horses thunder. One robber takes a shot to the chest and drops off his horse. The others keep going, but the posse is faster. A gunfight breaks out in a dry riverbed. Another outlaw is killed. The last surrenders, bleeding and surrounded. Most of the money is recovered. The town celebrates that night. The surviving robber is hauled off to jail. His ride ends in shackles. A Wild West-style robbery that turned into a desert showdown.
Sevilla Armored Truck Robbery, August 1st, 1983. Sevilla, Spain.
Morning heat rises over the city. An armored truck carrying cash heads toward the central bank. 3 men in a van wait along the route. As the truck slows at a narrow street, the van swings in front. 2 gunmen jump out, AK-47s in hand. The guards barely have time to react. Shots ring out. One guard is killed instantly. The others are forced to the ground as the robbers unload the truck. Bags of cash are tossed into the van like groceries. Within minutes, they're gone. The van weaves through city streets and disappears into the countryside. The haul, more than $7 million. Spain launches a massive manhunt. Roadblocks. Helicopters. Border alerts. For weeks, there's nothing. The robbers vanish. Months later, a tip cracks the case. One robber brags at a bar about the perfect score. Police move in. A shootout erupts. 2 are captured. 1 dies in the gunfire. Most of the money is recovered. The Sevilla heist becomes one of Spain's most infamous robberies. Brutal, fast, and almost flawless.
Pizza Delivery Robbery Bomb Case, August 28, 2003. Erie, Pennsylvania.
A quiet afternoon. Pizza delivery driver Brian Wells gets a call for an order outside town. He drives to a remote TD transmission tower and walks into a trap. A group ambushes him. They lock a metal collar bomb around his neck. Then they hand him a shotgun disguised as a cane and detailed instructions. Rob a bank, or the bomb goes off. Minutes later, Brian walks into a PNC bank looking calm but strange. He slips a note to the teller demanding $250,000. She hands over what she can. $8,702. He leaves. Outside, police swarm him within minutes. He's sitting on the pavement, collar bomb still locked on. He tells officers he's a hostage. The bomb starts beeping. Eerie silence. Then, a loud blast. The caller explodes in front of live news cameras. The investigation becomes one of the wildest FBI cases ever. It turns out the robbery was a twisted inside job involving multiple conspirators. Each had their own plan to double-cross the others. Brian dies on the pavement. The crew is eventually caught, years later. The case shocks the world, part heist, part horror story.
Delhi Cash Van Robbery, November 23, 2017. Delhi, India.
Late afternoon. A cash van carrying over $2.8 million pulls up near a bank. The guard steps out to deliver bags. Inside the van, something unexpected happens. The driver doesn't wait. He slams the door, hits the gas, and vanishes into city traffic. No gunfire. No crew. No masks. Just one man behind the wheel. For hours, police scramble across Delhi. The van weaves through neighborhoods, highways, alleys, leaving zero trace. By nightfall, the driver has ditched the van and disappeared with the cash. Investigators find the van abandoned near a metro station. Bags of money are gone. No struggle. No witnesses. It looks like a ghost job. 2 days later, they track the driver through CCTV footage. He's caught hiding in a friend's house with piles of cash stuffed in bags. Most of the money is recovered, but some remains missing. No guns. No crew. Just a quiet betrayal that turns a regular workday into one of Delhi's biggest cash heists.
Las Cruces Bowling Alley Robbery, February 10, 1990. Las Cruces, New Mexico.
Early morning at a small bowling alley. The manager and her 12-year-old daughter are prepping for the day. 2 men walk in. Calm. Cold. They pull out handguns. They force everyone, 7 people total, into an office. The robbers grab cash from the safe. But then, instead of leaving, they line everyone up. One man raises his gun. Multiple shots. Adults and kids are hit at close range. The robbers flee with less than $5,000, leaving bodies behind. Police arrive minutes later. 3 people are dead, including the manager's daughter. 4 others are critically injured. The scene is quiet, except for sirens echoing down the street. The killers vanish without a trace. No arrests are made. No clear motive is found. Decades later, the case remains unsolved, one of New Mexico's darkest robberies.
Texas Convenience Store Massacre, March 16, 1991. Arlington, Texas.
Night shift at a small convenience store. 5 employees finish their shift, laughing, ready to head home. A man walks in with a gun. He forces them into the back room, demanding the safe. They hand over everything, less than $2,000 in cash. Then he orders them to lie face down. One by one, he shoots them in the head. No witnesses. No mercy. The killer calmly walks out and disappears into the night. A customer finds the bodies hours later. The crime shocks the entire state. 5 dead. No leads. No arrests. Years pass. The case remains cold. No one ever finds the shooter. A small cash robbery turns into one of the most brutal massacres in Texas history.